What's going on, everybody? MVP Collectables back here again today with a joint chat for you guys. I know one of these is like almost a month old, the other one's like 2 weeks old. I do apologize. My life's been very hectic. I just got a new job, so I've had to do a bunch of shit for that, and so that's why that's why this chat's gonna be late. We're going to do it in two parts, of course, with the two different shows. The first show is going to be the Singapore Comic Con, I guess, which is where XM did where XM was at. So the first group of pictures will be from XM. The second one will be a Tokyo, kind of like a exhibit, I guess, that Prime One was at. That's going to be more of my main one that I'm going to be focusing on, mostly because that's more of what I do. That's all DC stuff, things like that. So without further ado, let's start things off. We will start things off, of course, with the 1/6 scale Wonder Woman. This, of course, was at the show. So here she is, looking very nice. Pretty typical Wonder Woman costume. A lot of times they do use this base here, kind of like a Themyscira style base. You got spears coming up from the ground. Nice sword. Pretty good, pretty good face sculpt with her. Um, Again, this will be 1/6 scale. Not up for pre-order yet. I don't know when she will be. Something that I do think is kind of cool is her arms here. They're pretty big. Like she's pretty muscular. Like look at the legs here and things like that. Moving on from her, we get into the Flash. This is part of the same line. This is Flash on the I guess speed treadmill, like speed force treadmill. There's an actual name for it. Um, Someone said that this is like the most. I think it was actually Alex from Rad Titan. Shout out to them. Um, Said this was like their most expensive statue ever to produce in terms of like getting it to work, figure out. It's a super cool statue. I really do love the statue. Again, 1/6 scale Flash. Next, we have the only one of this collection that's up right now for pre-order. That's, of course, going to be the Joker. Very cool piece, very dynamic base. Um, cool weapon. I'm I'm digging the face sculpt. This one's not my favorite of the bunch, but overall, pretty cool piece. Next up, we have the awesome Aquaman. This, of course, Aquaman's going to be riding a seahorse, and he is awesome. He comes with like two different head sculpts. I think a lot of these will come with different head sculpts. And he's just overall super cool, super dynamic pose, amazing base, great detail. He's one of the best Aquaman statues I have seen. Next up we have this. Okay, I'm gonna go back actually because that's just a picture of something. This is the actual statue. This is the Batman Nightmare something. It's by David Finch, I believe, is the guy who did this. It's Batman surrounded by his enemies or his rogues gallery per se. This is one of the coolest statues, seriously, I may have ever seen. Um, it is so cool. So this is the actual statue here, and then if you go to this one over here, you have what the final piece will be looking like. So, of course, you have Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, you got Catwoman, Harley Quinn, Penguin, um, Clayface, Poison Ivy, Bane, Bat, uh, the Human Bat, and of course Batman. One of the coolest statues. One of the big issue with this statue is price point. So there's only 100 of these things made. I believe they're actually gonna be made to order. I don't know that for sure. But the price point. Oh, and you got Mad Hatter right there. Or is that Scarecrow or Mad Hatter? That looks like Scarecrow actually. Um, just absolutely fantastic, fantastic piece. The one of the issue, probably the only issue with this piece is it's $3,500. So it's $3,500, of course, way out of my budget. But pretty damn sick piece. Anyone that is getting this, uh, congratulations. Okay, next up, I'm sorry, that's not a good photo to have the first photo. Here you go. This is going to be the 1/3 Captain America by XM. Um, nice piece. It is lacking a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan of the base. It's very museum pose like. That's of course what they were going for. Um, overall, it's a nice piece. I feel like it's lacking a little bit in the sculpt department. Just wait for my computer to hurry up. A good texture here. Good texture in the mask and the side of the neck up there. Here's the back, of course. Pretty. He's good. I'm not saying he's just seems too, too perfect. He just too white, too. I guess too Captain America is how I guess you'd put that. Um, overall though, pretty cool piece. Not for me, but moving on, we have Jesus Christ, what the? Oh my God, Gambit. I'm blanked on the name. This, of course, is Gambit. I don't know the scale. I believe this is 1/4 scale, also by Prime One. Again, okay, not Prime One. Sorry, XM. All these will be from XM. So I'm gonna stop saying by XM. This guy does come with multiple heads. I only have this one photo in here, I believe. Some of these photos are out of order, so there might be another photo, but overall, cool statue. He does come, of course, with a swap-out head with his long hair. Pretty cool piece, though. Of course, this is part of the X-Men line. I'm, like, 200% sure because the base... Okay, I'm, like, 90% sure. Because the base of all those are going to be similar. Overall, though, pretty cool piece. Moving on, this was revealed at this show. This is the Transformation Hulk. You have Bruce Banner over here, and of course the Hulk over here. This statue is really cool. This thing's massive. Great piece, great sculpt. I do have more photos of this in here. So this is just the overall photo, just to give you guys a look at both statues. I believe I have close-ups on both. Moving on, we have the Samurai Batman on horse. This piece was revealed at the show as well, and this is cool. Of course, this is part of the Samurai Batman line. Of course, you got Batman, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, Bane, so forth. I would assume they'll do a Harley Quinn, and I'd assume they'll do a. I don't know. I would assume they'll do a Harley Quinn just because that one's asking to be done. But here you guys go. This one, of course, comes with several different swap outs. This is the more Batman-like head. There's a couple more that make him look more, I guess, Japanese. Overall, though, really cool piece. I really do like this one. There's a great overall view. Cool base too, with like a kind of Joker theme on this side. Cool armor. Just an overall cool piece. He's pretty big too. Moving on, we have the Groot and Rocket 1/4 scale statues. Really cool. This, of course, with Star-Lord's going to be right over here. He was revealed at the show. These two are great. These two may have been revealed at the show. I don't know that for sure. Cool base, cool statue. Here's a look at them from behind. Overall, cool piece. Here's, of course, his Star-Lord. Here's Star-Lord with the unmasked portrait on him. Cool piece as well. Of course, this is gonna be part of this. These guys are meant to kind of go together. Really cool piece though. There's him from the side with his cool look at his gun here. But from behind, I don't know if okay, now we're getting into this awesome guy. So this guy is going to be the incredibly massive Red Hulk. I know Geo from Red Titan was freaking out. He's like, I'm just gonna give me the money, you know. He is a little too big. People are saying maybe even so much so that they might actually need to rescale him. Just because of the fact that this might be borderlining on 1/3 scale, and they do not have the 1/3 scale license. So people are kind of holding their breath, waiting to see. But this guy, I mean, just the detail on him is just awesome. I would assume he'll come with multiple head. I'd assume he'll come with multiple head sculpts. But overall, incredible piece. Just incredible. yeah, there's nothing more that I can say about that. This, of course, is this is the closer look at the Bruce Banner section. I actually didn't notice that. See how his legs green? So he's kind of like already transforming. I actually haven't noticed that before. Great face sculpt. Great look on his face. Great facial expression. I do like how the tie is kind of like flowing. Just an overall a cool piece. This is a better closer look at the Hulk. Great sculpt. It's overall just a really cool piece. Moving on, we have the Mystique from the X-Men line. Cool piece. Not my favorite of the line, but overall she is pretty damn cool. Pretty attractive. I do like the base also. Gifted youngsters. Wolverine. This, of course, can be the Wolverine, the brown suit version. This is not my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of this statue. Base is pretty cool, but the statue overall just is, I don't know, lacking some stuff. Okay, I do not know this guy's name. I should leave a comment in the comments if you guys do know this name. I'm blanking on it right now. Of course, he's part of the X-Men. This is or an X-Men villain. Omega? No, it's not Omega. That's the Omega symbol, but whatever. Cool piece. Part of the same X-Men line. This, of course, is not Mr. Freeze. It's Iceman. Cool. Also, very dynamic pose. I believe you get a couple face sculpts with him. Again, part of the X-Men line. You guys can see here he's on a Sentinel. The coolest part about this piece is the overall. He's like translucent almost, and the pose is very dynamic. I believe there's going to be another swap out for the hand. I don't know that for sure. Here's the other Gambit. Okay, so here's going to be the long-haired Gambit. I'll zoom in there for you. There you guys go. Really cool piece. There's just different look. Here's Cyclops. They've had an issue with lean with this guy, but overall, pretty cool piece. Again, part of the same X-Men line. Here you have the white Magneto, and this piece is really cool. This piece is really cool. Awesome base. You got the X in the back, of course, signifying X-Men. You got metal all around him. Looks like wheels, kind of like maybe a piping there. Really cool piece. Very dynamic too. Here you have Professor X, of course, holding the Magneto helmet. Very cool piece. Here's a battle. No, here's actually going to be a different version. So here's this one. This one's going to be bigger. And then this will be a smaller version of him, of course, using the, whatever it is. I'm blanking on the name. I should know, but I'm forgetting. Here's Juggernaut. Here's a good look at Juggernaut. This piece, for me, is cool. He looks very shiny. He looks very, like, new. He looks almost plasticky like. Again, he's not my favorite. The base is probably the coolest part of this piece overall. I just feel like this is just, too clean. He's just, I guess, too clean is the best way to put it. Overall, decent. Okay. This piece is absolutely fucking massive. This piece is already shipping. Several collectors already have it in, including Gem Mint Collectables. I've watched his unboxing and review. Incredible piece. This piece lifts. I don't think I have a picture. This Iron Man actually goes into his chest and like lifts out. It like goes together, or you can have them completely separate. Overall, very dynamic, very cool piece, and massive. Okay, Scarlet Witch is right here. Not same X-Men line. Maybe this actually might. I was thinking like Marvel, like movies. This I believe is part of the X-Men line. I could be wrong, but I believe it is. Overall, pretty damn cool piece. I'm gonna try to be picking up the pace because I have a lot of these to go through. So I'm not gonna be sticking around for too many. Doc Ock. This of course is gonna be the regular portrait. They do have a classic portrait with his more of a his ball cut, or his, yeah, ball. I think that's how you call it. Whatever. Cool piece is of course part of the Spider-Man line. Here's a better look at him. Here's a better look at the overall statue. Very, very cool piece. Here, same Spider-Man line. You have Gwen Stacy, of course, on the Oscorp building roof, or as high up as you can go, looking like she's doing some homework and just listening to some music. Spider-Man, of course, same line as with Spider-Man line. Cool. This piece is very dynamic. Very dynamic piece. I really do enjoy this. Just an overall sweet, sweet piece. Of course, this is again a better look at Iron Man. Oh, sorry, not Iron Man, I mean Captain America right here. Here you have an unpainted Spider-Man of a very dynamic pose, looking very cool statue there. Megatron. Here's the classic Megatron from the Transformers series. Very cool piece. And of course, here's a different look at that. Another look at this statue, Batman. I'm forgetting the name of the statue. My bad. I said it earlier in the video. Here's, of course, the Poison Ivy XM, part of the Batman Ninja line. Here is going to be the Bane, Samurai Bane. Okay, these are going to be my last couple photos, just letting you know. Samurai Bane, of course, part of the same line. And this, of course, is going to be the Samurai Deathstroke. This piece is really cool. I believe this scales 1/5. Very, very cool statue here. Cool dynamic pose, great base, kind of like an ancient samurai big thing, I guess. He comes with different swap outs too, I believe. Now we're gonna get back into the DC line. So they did have Superman there. Superman will be at the end of this. Here's a different look at Wonder Woman. So of course, swap out head with the helmet, and of course swap out arms with the lasso. And of course, it looks like that shield might be removable. I believe it is. Very cool. Wonder Woman, I think, might be my favorite. Wonder Woman or Flash, or Aquaman, I guess. Very, very cool piece. Batman has not been revealed yet, I don't believe. Overall cool piece. Now we get into Superman. Here's a look. Okay, here's a look at him with his heat vision portrait and the zoomed out look with, of course, with the Fortress of Solitude. Great sculpt on this guy. Look at the different muscles. It's very good. Very dynamic pose. Here's a closer look at him here. Great piece. Of course, this is all part of the 1/6 scale DC line. Okay, so that's going to be it from this convention. Now I'm going to get into the other convention. Now, pardon me, because I gotta look through all my photos here. I guess I could just click. Maybe it'll load. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, here we go. So this is the Nightfall Batman. All of these statues, guys, are going to be by Prime 1 Studios, so I won't say by Prime 1 every time. All these will be Prime 1. I tried to do my favorites will be towards the end, along with the bigger reveals will be towards the end. All the stuff that has already been seen will be near the front. Nightfall Batman here. Very cool piece. Of course, 1/3 scale, like almost all of these will be. I will assume they're 1/3 scale unless I say otherwise. Huntress, part of the Hush line. This, of course, was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, which I was at. I've seen her in person. She is awesome. Pictures do not do her justice. Pictures really, her skin tone in person is a lot better than in pictures. Again, also with the light here, it looks kind of iffy, but do know her skin tones. She's a little more tan in person, so she's just an overall fantastic piece. Moving on, we have the Predator bust. I believe this is going to be half life. No, this is life size. Life size predator, which means it's the size of an actual predator head. Amazing piece. This is it unmasked. This is the masked version, masked head. Overall, incredible piece. I actually do not know what this statue is. I do not know the name. I should have found out the name. I do apologize for anyone who knows the name. Leave it in the comments, please. Again, this is a predator. I believe this is going to be 1/4 scale. I don't know exactly the name of it. I don't know details on it. I believe this is new to the show. It's not a show. It's a exhibition, I guess, is what you'd call it. Now this statue is sweet. Okay, this statue is pretty damn cool. Incredible pose, very badass looking. Overall, fantastic statue. If I was ever going to get a Predator statue, this should probably be the one I get. Of course, I will never, ever get a Predator statue. I'm not even a fan of the movies, so I have no reason to. Okay. Now, this is one of the statues that makes me mad. Why does it make me mad? Because I want it. And I'm not going to get it. I highly doubt I'll get this one. Right now, my budget is tapped out. So, the only way I get this one is if I sell my Arkham Origins Batman, and he's less than $1,000. Which, he's not going to be less than $1,000, and I don't think I'll sell that Deathstroke. So, but of course, he's a look at his incredible face. This, of course, is going to be the 1/3 scale comic version of Deathstroke. Very, very cool piece. Very cool. Moving on, we have none other than Mira. This, of course, is new to the show. 1/3 scale Mira. Of course, this is going to be Aquaman's wife. Very cool pose, very dynamic, great water effects. Overall, she's attractive. She's one of my least favorite statues of the new DC statues shown. I mean, nitpicking. I know you probably shouldn't bring this up, but I don't know. I will. Her breasts, her cleavage, is almost a little bit too big. Like, I get it, but you guys can see there. So, whatever. I'll leave it at that. Overall, though, she's a pretty cool piece. Definitely not my favorite, though. Here's a better look at her face sculpt. Here's, of course, part of the same line, 1/3 scale Supergirl statue. Of course, this comes from the artwork of Orchi Lau. I know that's not how you pronounce his first name. Lau, I know, is his last name. He's a Asian artist. He's the same guy that did Sideshow's Supergirl. That's why they look so similar. Sideshow Supergirl. He did, and he's very famous in terms of drawing female comic characters. He's done Wonder Woman. He's done Harley Quinn. He's done her. I actually got to meet him at San Diego Comic-Con. He was signing art prints at Sideshow's booth. It was super funny because, like, okay, I'm gonna get a little off topic here for a minute. He signed things, a picture of their statue at Sideshow's booth, right? The line was about 10 people, okay? And he was there, and he was chatting, and he was taking pictures, right, with people. I didn't get a picture with him, but my buddy did. I didn't really want one. He did, so he got a picture. And then 2 days later, right, this was on Thursday. No, yes, this was Thursday. And then about a day late, and then it was Friday. It was late afternoon on Friday. And I'm walking by the DC booth. No, the Warner Brothers booth. I was walking by the Warner Brothers booth, and I see this line that's wrapped like all the way around the booth like twice. And I asked one, what's this line about? And they go, oh, well, blah, blah, blah is signing. And I walk down the aisle. Anyone who's ever been there knows it takes a long time to walk down these aisles. And it's him. And I'm like, what? Like, so you have a line that's like 10 people, and then you have a line that the guy literally said is 200 people. And he was signing free copies of his latest comic book. I was like, well, I lucked out there. So, little backstory. Back to this, though. Supergirl. Great, pretty good piece. Not for me. Of course, my budget. I'm weaning it in. I just purchased probably my last statue for quite some time. But here she is. Great piece. Pretty good face. Now you have this piece. This piece is really cool and is really big too. You have the Cyborg Superman statue. This piece is cool. Like, dynamic pose, great sculpt, great detail. Just look at that head. Just that head is just so cool. I did have more pictures. He does come with a swap out. Let's see if I can get back to it. This hand right here swaps out to like a tentacle kind of a hand. I may have a picture in here. I don't know for sure. But overall, he's a really dynamic piece, and do know that he does come with different swap outs. I don't know about swap outs with this hand or with the head. I would assume he would come with a head swap out of just him just looking straight ahead. I would assume he'll come with one just looking straight ahead, or just a regular head. Moving on. This piece is really cool. This is General Zod comic version. And one of the coolest parts about this entire piece is the base, which we'll get into in a second. But really cool piece. This, of course, is new to the show. Cyborg Superman's new to the show. The other two pieces before that, Mira and Supergirl, all of these, from now on, I do believe are going to be new to the show. Except for, yeah, all the ones that I've shown you. There's more here that I haven't shown you. But overall, this piece is really cool. Of course, 1/3 scale. Here's a good look at the base. I have several base photos. Here's a good look at the armor he's clad in. Great armor, great overall looking piece. Here's a look at the base. Of course, he's standing on a bent over, kneeling Superman. Or a Superman statue. It's not a Superman, it's a Superman statue. You know, really cool, great touch. I love that they went with this route. This is something neat to okay, there's more of those photos. Here's something neat to keep an eye on, though. So you guys can see the under part of this base here. So a lot of lines Prime 1 does have the same exact underlying base. Great example of this is going to be the New 52. The New 52, you know what, actually, I probably shouldn't be doing this, but my face, I'm going to move the camera here so you guys can see exactly what I mean. Okay, so you guys can see this. This, of course, is going to be the Green Lantern New 52 statue. You guys see the bottom of that base there, the gray stuff, and of course you have the Green Lantern symbol. Okay, now you go over here to the dark side base, and you have the same underlying base. Okay, with of course you have the Omega symbol right there. So what my point is, getting back to this, my point is this has to be a line, because this is interchangeable. The Zod symbol here, you can switch with a Superman symbol. You can switch with a Supergirl symbol. You can switch with all of those different things. So I don't know if it'll be a Superman or if it'll be a overall 1/3 scale DC comic line, which would make me very mad, because that would be incredible. Of course, I'm getting the entire New 52 line, which I'm 100% awesome, okay, cool with. Now, something that would be even cooler, right, is they've said of course, the is if is if they were able to make a couple 1/3 scale, because the new 52 is 1/4 scale, but maybe you can maybe mix them, especially if they make characters that aren't that you really want, that aren't going to be in the new 52 line. Like, we know Wonder Woman's coming, we know Batman's coming, we know Cyborg's coming, we know the Flash is coming. Those are all already up for pre-order. I have all of them on pre-order. But people are wondering when we're going to see the next one unveiled. A lot of people are assuming it's going to be Aquaman, because that's the last of the 7 that they haven't done yet. That would be sweet. That would be awesome. But I'm hoping it goes further. I'm hoping we get a Green Arrow. I'm hoping we get a... Okay, after Green Arrow, it gets a little bit more fuzzy. But you can go with a whole bunch of different ones. So, but moving on. Here we have another image of Deathstroke. Okay, now this, of course, is going to be the 1/3 scale Dark Knight 3 Superman. This guy's very big, and he's really cool. The great pose, he's walking forward, you know. He's almost too much out of the comic book. They take him right out of the comic book. Just look at that detail in that hand. It's just, of course, he's holding the Batman mask, helmet, I guess. Of course, this is going to be the swap out head. Of course, I would assume we're going to be also getting the Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman, actually, look who I have right nearby. This is the Wonder Woman from the comic book. So I would assume we'll be getting another statue like this. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But since they've done those two, they'll probably do her too. I don't know how deep this line will go. By deep, I mean how many statues they'll make. That's kind of obvious. But we'll see. This, of course, is them together. They've already unveiled him. He, of course, was at San Diego Comic-Con. And he's been in a couple other places. Of course, this is cool. They kind of have the Batmobile base. Cool base. These would be two awesome statues together. If I had space and if I had $2,000, these two I might get. But then again, you'd have to get Wonder Woman. So I mean, I don't know. Okay, now Darkseid. This is going to be the Injustice 2's 1/4 scale Darkseid statue. He's very big. I don't think he's quite as big as the new 52 Darkseid, but he's very close. I believe he's at least 30 inches. He might even be taller. He might be 32, 33. I don't know exactly. He is 86 centimeters. So anyone that wants to do the calculation can do it. I believe I looked up, and I believe my new 52 one is 87. So I believe he's just slightly taller. But overall, great piece. This guy comes with several different poses, as you guys can see. So this is one pose option. Here's another. I do love, sorry about that. I do love that they have these two options. Of course, if I would ever get him, I would get him like this, because I've always wanted a Darkseid statue with that pose. But of course, two different hands and the swap out portrait. You guys, I actually have a close-up. Nope, I don't have a close. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Maybe. So here's the close-up. Dark Knight, yay. Here's a close-up of the regular portrait, I would imagine is what they'd call this. And this one would be the angry, or the glaring portrait, I guess. Just super fucking cool. Just an awesome statue. Now, this is going to be the last statue of the episode. This statue, 1/3 scale, Harley Quinn. This was a lot of people's knockout of the show. And she is amazing. Just one look at the fucking base. A lot of people are assuming that this section here will be a deluxe base. They're saying that the red section she's standing on, will be the base she comes with, and then this will be a different deluxe accessory. I don't know about that, but so she comes with as we've seen, she comes with 2 different head displays and 2 different display options with both her arms. I'd assume there'll be 3 heads. I'd assume there'll also be an exclusive. I don't know if an exclusive will be a head. I don't know. I do know that this, of course, will be the same line as that Deathstroke. You saw them together. The comic book version 1/3 scales. I don't know if Zod is part of this line as well. I don't believe he is. Because as you guys can see, the bases were clearly different. And as you guys just heard me say, bases are similar, they're the same thing. And since these guys were displayed together, whatever. Amazing statue. Close up of her head, this is as close as you're gonna get. This is one head display, her winking. Great, she's very attractive, very, very just amazing statue. Here's a good look at her legs. And her rollerblades. I do love the rollerblade element. She's pretty big too. And then of course it's the look at her side. You guys can see here, great details. I do believe that with her other different arms option, there's actually an option for you to put the gun in her holster. I don't know that for sure. I'll let you know that in a second once I see the other photos. Here's, of course, the look at the Joker head. This base option or base, depending on if it's a deluxe version or not. There you go. So that answers the question. There's the gun. Here's a look at her top of her legs, her midsection here, her belt, her legs again. I have the most photos of her. I do also like this band-aid here, this bandage. I think that's a neat touch. Here's the second display option. So here's going to be the different head and the mallet. I don't know if these are going to be the only display options. I would assume they would, since they're both very dynamic. You don't need more than two of these. I would assume they'll have a laughing head of one of these heads, but we'll see. Again, great piece. This is a better look at her. Here's probably they're going to be the best. Nope. Okay, so here's the close-up of this head. Very, very awesome statue, of course, with the collar on. This is going to be the last photo of the entire shish kebab. So, great statue. Overall, this was one of the best Prime 1 shows I've seen, maybe ever. I mean, do note, I don't think I'm going to be getting any of these. Deathstroke is the one I'm on. After Deathstroke, I would have to start getting lines, and I can't get lines. And plus, I'm already getting a Harley Quinn statue. I'm already getting a Joker statue. I'm already getting a Poison Ivy statue, even though they don't have a Poison Ivy. They do technically in the whatever. So kind of shifting gears. I do this to kind of at the end of all my videos, especially my chats. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on in my channel, or what's coming up in my world of statue collecting. My next couple things next week. Next Tuesday, my Hot Toy Justice League Wonder Woman ships. She should be here Tuesday. She should be here by Friday, or maybe, hopefully Friday, maybe next Monday. The next following Monday. After that, it's a couple Hot Toys scattered throughout the months. I'll probably get one in November. I might get one in December. I'll probably get 2 in December. I have like 6 or 7 of them on order right now. Besides that, I just received an email yesterday that said that my Flash New 52 will be delayed until November. I, of course, was wholeheartedly expecting that. I wasn't expecting to get an email that said, we are shipping you your Flash next week, because that's when my last payment plan is up. I put all of my bigger statues on payment plans. Unless there's like one a year, then I'll just slap one down for that. But so another thing to add about that is I mentioned this in a Facebook group the other day. Prime One just recently released a couple images of the Cyborg New 52 production photos. So what I believe is going to happen, Cyborg's supposed to come out December, January, February, March area is when he was slated. I would assume they are going to hold off on Flash for 1 or 2 months and ship them out together. Because I would assume with those photos, it means that he's early. Because he looked like he was pretty much done. So I would assume they will both ship in November. I don't know that for fact. Do not quote me on that. Do not put on Facebook, oh, he's shipping in November. This is me. That's my presumption. But those Flash is supposed to be my next statue. After those 2 statues, you get Wonder Woman premium format by Sideshow. Now, she will be on time. I would wholeheartedly assume she may even be early because of the fact of Batman shipping in October. And they had Wonder Woman up before Batman. I would assume in November you're getting Wonder Woman. I have money set aside for Wonder Woman. I have money set aside for all of them except for 1 or 2. For those of you who do not know, I'm going to run down all the statues I have on pre-order as of right now, and I will end with the Holy Grail. Okay. We'll start with premium formats. Wonder Woman premium format. She's my most anticipated of my premium formats. Harley Quinn PF, Joker PF. Both of those are supposed to come out around the same time. Then you have the Poison Ivy PF. So I'm supposed to be getting 4 premium format statues. Okay. After that, it's all Prime 1. So I'm supposed to be getting... I'm getting the entire New 52 collection. So that entails the 3 statues that have already been released. Superman came out first, Green Lantern second, and Darkseid number 3. After that, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Batman, all got on order. Wonder Woman, late 2019, early 2020. Batman, who is incredible, and a lot of people got him who didn't get the whole line. He is 2020. Very early 2020. After that, I have 1 statue. My Holy Grail of statues. He will be my Grail piece. I don't know if I'll find another one. I bit the bullet. I will pay him off in one go. And that, of course, is the Lobo 1/3 scale by Prime 1 Deluxe Edition, because I got the Space Dolphins. He's supposed to be coming out also in 2020. So I'm supposed to be getting 2 more statues in 2019. Or, sorry, in 2018, if Cyborg ships early. Could be 3 with Wonder Woman. 2 or 3 statues in 2019, which they're all going to be around the same area. So that's what I think is kind of funny. After that, it's 2020. So that's what's going on in the world of my collection. Of course, stay tuned, stay up to date. I know I'm not great. As soon as things get up in terms of reveals, I'm not great at that. Things that are big, I try to do as many previews as I can for as many DC pieces as I can. I missed out on Lobo, which I'm disappointed that I did. I could do a preview for Lobo, but right now, I still might. You might see that up on the channel in the next couple weeks. But, again, stay tuned, guys, for chats. Any piece I do get in, I do an unboxing video and a review. Of course, I will be doing a review and an unboxing for my Wonder Woman when she comes in, along with going over my other 2 Wonder Woman in my collection. Of course, I have Training Armor and Batman vs. Superman Wonder Woman. But guys, that will do it for this chat, and that will do it for me. I am, of course... Oh, do note. Just throwing this out there. I did start a new job. I will be working a lot more. I go from 20 hours a week to 40 hours a week. So, I technically started a new job. I got promoted. So, I don't do a lot of videos, not nearly as much as I can, not nearly as much as I probably should to get more views or whatever. But I will be doing more videos. I'll try to be working. You'll be seeing a lot more videos on days I'm off because there you go, I'm off. So, with that nugget in there, this has been an MVP Collectables chat, everybody. Going over the Prime 1 event, the XM event. Please like, please subscribe, please share, do all that good shit. Comment, ask me any questions about my channel, any questions about my collection. I will be doing a room tour eventually. I think I will give it until December to do a room tour. I want to get 15 statues. I think I have 13 right now. So as soon as I get a couple more statues in here, a couple more hot toys, I will be doing a room tour. I will also be moving eventually. So of course when that happens, shit's gonna hit the fan because I have a lot of very heavy pieces in here. But wrapping it up, guys. Like, subscribe, share, ask me anything. And until my next video, guys. Bye-bye.